at Bridge Classic Cars. I'm Molly. Behind the camera this morning we have Nick.
Morning everyone.
So we just thought we'd come on here and let you know you have until 3 p.m. this afternoon to grab your tickets for our MG ZT and another car we have in the Classic Lounge. So today it's quite exciting because it is a double live draw. So you have two chances to win two wonderful cars or something else, which I'll tell you about in just a second. So the first car we're going to look at is our MG ZT V8. Now, it's a lovely car. Okay, you might say it's not a classic yet. I'd say it's more of kind of a retro car, but it is lovely. It's been very fond upon, that's not quite the words I was trying to say, but people seem to
admired.
Yes, that's the words I was looking for. It's been admired. Whenever anyone's come to the Classic Lounge, people do be like, oh, I really like this car, this MG is really cool. So we did think that it might do better on competition than it has,
well,
because it's
only draw day and it's not even half sold out.
Draw day, as Nick says, and it's not even half sold out. So if you haven't got a ticket yet and you've been thinking about it, there is no harm in grabbing yourself a ticket for just £7 because your chances are just going to be brilliant. They really are. The odds are so good.
It's being drawn regardless.
Yeah, it's being drawn regardless of how many tickets we sell. So you might as well grab yourself a ticket and be in with a chance of winning one, because it is really cool indeed. I mean, it's just basically your kind of retro car that you know you're going to get in and it's going to take you where you need to go. You don't have to worry about it. Obviously, it's a V8, so you've got a lovely roar of the engine. We believe it's a Mustang engine as well, which is very lovely indeed.
And it's manual, it's rear-wheel drive.
Manual, rear-wheel drive.
You know, if you look at sort of contemporaries and stuff of this, you got E39 M5s.
Yeah.
What would it have been? B5 Audi RS4s, that kind of thing. Like, this was up there with it. This was kind of the British brute sleeper.
Yeah. A car that you can take on a nice little road trip. You know you're going to have a lovely journey in it. It's going to be comfortable and you're going to get there with a nice roaring engine.
And it just goes under the radar.
It does, yeah, it does.
It doesn't really shout about what it is.
It's quite inconspicuous, but it's quite cool.
But if you know, you know.
Very cool indeed. Now we move on to something completely different over the other side of our Classic Lounge, and we have this beautiful Caterham 7 Roadsport 120. Here it is. Now this car is very different to our MG ZT V8. I think this is more of a fun car, almost like a toy car, a car that, okay, you might not use it every day, but when you're wanting to, I don't know, cheer yourself up and go for a little drive and have some fun, this is the perfect car for it. Now, we do know that this is kind of going to be a definite second car for someone and a bit of a toy. And also, it is quite tricky to get in and out of if you are quite tall, because it is quite small. There's no doors. You have to kind of limber up before you get in. But it is so much fun. And if you think, well, I'd really like the Caterham, but I'm not sure if it's really for me, we're actually giving you a chance to have an alternative of £15,000. So if you win the Caterham, you can decide, do I want the Caterham or do I want £15,000? Now, I love the Caterham, but I think I'd choose the money. Just because I don't really have anywhere to store this Caterham. I've got a driveway, but I feel like it needs to be in a garage, looked after and kept safe, and because I'd not be able to use it very much, and I've got a family, we're not going to fit in it all together. So I think I'd go for the £15,000. What would you do, Nick?
I would physically have to go for the £15,000 because, as we've been joking about since it arrived, I don't fit in the car.
It is a bit snug for Nick.
Yeah.
Bless him.
It's not so much the height. It's more of a case of
the physique, maybe.
The left-hand side of my body is in the passenger seat. Yeah.
But it's lots of fun, regardless. It really is. And if someone does win this and they do decide they want the car, I think they're going to have a lot of fun in it. Many adventures, I reckon. But yeah, so this is live on the Bridge Classic Cars competitions website now for £9.
Also, we've had a comment from Gus who says, can you show me a Bugatti? Unfortunately, we can't, Gus, because we don't have any Bugattis.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We've got lots of other cars in the Classic Lounge if Nick wants to do a little spin so you can see which ones we've got. So we've got our MGC, our MG Midget, our TR6, our Jazz the Jaguar who has been won, our Jaguar XJ6 and our Mercedes 380, which is just stunning, our Porsche and our MG ZT, which is going to be won today. So yes, so if you've not got your tickets left, then go to the British Classic Cars competitions website, click current competitions. It will come with a drop down and then you can click on buying your tickets for our MG ZT for just £7 or our Caterham Roadsport for £9, but you also get the option, if you win the car, to pick the car or to pick the £15,000 in cash. You decide. But we'll be back here at 4 o'clock to do the live draw of both of these cars, and I would absolutely love to see you then. Don't forget to get your tickets before 3 p.m. because that's when both of the competitions close. And we'll see you at 4 for the live draw.